Calculation of the city function's realizability indicator as a tool for deciding on the rational provision of a land plot for construction. Problem: each real estate property goes through some life cycle stages during the period of its existence, the initial of which is pre-project preparation. As part of the pre-project preparation, the choice of a land plot for construction can be considered as a key point because of not only its investment attractiveness, but also the further state of the urban environment, as well as the existence possibility of such an object depends on the location of the real estate object, the construction of which is supposed to be carried out, since the options for using land plots within the boundaries of settlements are strictly established by urban planning regulations of territorial zones, fixed by the rules of land use and development. At the same time, in most cases, neither the developer nor the authorities responsible for the formation and provision of land plots for construction do not assess how environmentally safe, favorable, and useful the construction of a particular property is for residents of a quarter, a microdistrict, and even an entire city. The problem is providing land plots for the object construction without taking into account its potential impact on the state of the urban environment and, as a consequence, on the possibility of satisfying the rational needs of city residents, is relevant for most urbanized areas. However, the human environment must be biosphere-compatible, safe and favorable. Cities must fully satisfy the rational needs of the inhabitants, since if any of the person's needs are not satisfied, then harmonious existence and development is impossible. One of the options for solving this problem is the introduction for the authorities authorized to dispose of land plots instead of municipal ownership of a mandatory preventive assessment of the impact of the projected object on the state of the urban environment after its commissioning. In this case, the methodology for determining the indicator of the biosphere-compatible city functions implementation can be used as a tool, while the microdistrict in which the projected object will exist, and the same microdistrict, but in the case of the other object's construction, should be taken as the area under study. Using the methodology for determining the biosphere-compatible city functions realizability indicator, we calculate the city functions realizability indicator within the Volokno microdistrict in Kursk, assuming that the land plot with cadastral number 46:29:1031:26:5 on which the Peterechka shopping center is located is just requested for the construction of the said shopping center. For comparison, let us assume that this land plot can be provided for the construction of a children's sports school or for the placement of an apartment building, which is possible. This land plot is located in the zone G4 for residential development high number of stories, 9 floors or more. The methodological basis for a quantitative assessment of city functions realizability level on the territory of the microdistrict under study will be an expert opinion on the state of its infrastructure. The results of the study are shown in the table. Similarly, we will calculate for other city functions. Experimental result. Taking into account the accepted values, we calculate the integral of city functions realizability indicators on the Volokno microdistrict territory. A. During the construction of a shopping center. B. The construction of a children's sports school. C. During the construction of an apartment building. From the above assessment, it follows that the most rational is the construction of a children's sports school on this land plot, which will create conditions for the residents of the Volokno microdistrict and the entire Kursk city to meet the needs for physical activity, belonging, achievements, and recognition. In addition, an object of spiritual and moral education and development of youth will appear in the city, and additional jobs for highly qualified personnel will be created. Conclusions. To substantiate the correct choice of a land plot for building a real estate object, as well as for its competent and expedient provision by state and local authorities, it is possible to calculate the indicator of a biosphere-compatible city function realizability on the territory of the microdistrict where the object construction is planned, while several land using options should be considered. The land plot must be provided for the real estate object construction, the existence of which will have a positive impact on the ability to meet the rational needs of the city's residents. Thanks for your attention.